Hey good people, my name is Brandon. I'm a nurse and I make videos about my life on the autism spectrum, which includes a melange of my favorite pastime, and that's traveling, as well as working in the medical profession as an aspie. I apologize, it's been a long time since I posted anything, but I've had quite a bit going on in my life and I kind of had to streamline what was going on and what was most important to me, which meant that I had to get rid of a lot of little fun little activities like putting out YouTube videos. So I appreciate everyone's patience and waiting on me to make my next posting. Of note, I have finished all my studies in my Master's of Science in Nursing degree as a nurse practitioner, and I passed my certification for my degree. All I'm waiting on now is for the Board of Texas to give me that license so I'll be able to prescribe. So, huge accomplishment. I'm very proud, very grateful and humbled that I had a lot of support and that I was able to get to this point. But it does feel good to have it over with. It was taking a lot of my time and a lot of my energy, and now the energy I can put in other places, including working on my YouTubing. So hopefully y'all start seeing a whole lot more postings from me now. And I have some extremely exciting news to share with you all. I am leaving the country. I'm leaving the United States. So that will be happening in August. And if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'll tell you exactly where I'm going to go. But there are some hints because the video footage I'm sharing as we talk today is footage I have personally taken from this part of the world. So hopefully that'll give you some idea as to where I'm moving to. I wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm dealing with here lately, and that is burnout. That's something that's very typical for a lot of us aspies. We get overstimulated from both external and internal stimuli, and that over time can lead to burnout. For myself, it's very easy for me to get confused and have trouble figuring out, is this depression or is it burnout or a combination of the two? Because you have just this generalized feeling of crumminess. And it feels like I have lead strapped to my arms and my legs, and everything is like an act of Congress, just getting out of bed, brushing my teeth, eating. Even things that I enjoy doing become like a chore. There's been times where I'll have a friend that's like, hey, let's meet up and go out to dinner, and then 2-3 hours before, I just don't have the strength to leave the house, and I just want to go to bed at 6 p.m. in the evening because I'm tired. So that's something I've been dealing with, but I'm learning to cope and learning to manage. Now that I've got some of my stressors out of my life, such as, I live in my own house now, so it's nice and quiet. I don't have as much stimulation. And also, I'm done with school, so that's another thing off my plate. And just learning how to deal with people that are toxic. Those sometimes you just can't completely get away from those kinds of people. But if you can't completely get away from them, you can try to minimize your interaction. One of the most toxic environments I've seen is watching the news. So that was a big thing I had to eliminate. The last 4 years or so was very difficult for me because I get hyper-focused on things that I'm interested in. I was very interested in what was going on in the world. I was concerned about the pandemic. There was a lot of insecurity issues here in the United States, and I felt very affected and very passionate about these things, and I care a lot about people, so I worry about other people. And when I saw these things, it's kind of like you're reading a book and you can't put it down. You need to see what's going to happen next. Now with the news, I didn't feel like I was actually getting anything meaningful out of it. It wasn't enriching my life that much. Very rarely was there something that I felt that actually made my life better that day. But it was just a hard thing to get away with. Once January came around, we had a lot of big changes, and for some reason I just felt like it was easier for me to go cold turkey and stop watching the news. So that really helped me out. It, got rid of some anxiety, some stressors, some stimuli, and gave me some free time too. And then of course, finishing up my school, I've got more free time. and just learning who I can really count on to be someone that after I'm done being around them, at the end of the day, I feel recharged and energized. There are some people that they're good people, but it's kind of like, the way I liken it to is if you had a cell phone battery icon strapped to the front of your shirt and you're walking around, and when you get around certain people, they drain the battery faster than others. And also, if you're running more than one application, you're going to drain the battery faster. And certain applications may require you to actually recharge your battery earlier than you normally would. Instead of waiting till nighttime, you may have to recharge your battery, like say GPS, you may have to recharge your battery earlier in the day. And to me, what that says is it doesn't mean I have to avoid all these kinds of external stressors at all costs. It just lets me know that I need to be very conscious of my energy levels and how quickly they will deplete when I do certain activities or when I'm exposed to certain external stimuli. And that may mean I need to take me some naps. It might mean that I need to disappear for a while. It might be for an hour, a few hours, a day, a week. Sometimes it takes a while for me to recharge, but I have to do that so that I can be at my best for those that I care about. People will say things like, oh, just be yourself. But the reality is, non-neurotypical, someone on the spectrum, it's a lot more difficult for us because people, when we do act ourselves, then they're like, well, you need to stop being like that. So we have to mask, we have to put on this personality that we know is socially acceptable. And it's not that we don't care about people, we do, but it takes a whole lot more for us to be at our best for those that we care about. And even more so for those that are a little bit more challenging for us. And that has taught me that there's nothing wrong with rest and recuperation. And there are people that won't understand. There are people that will maybe make comments that are not helpful. But I'm in the process of growing and learn how to just let go and not worry about what other people think. Used to I thought that worrying about what other people thought was a good thing because then you could be a better person. That'd make you more caring and interested in others. But there's a balance there. You can go too much the other way as well, to where your caring about other people can actually impact your health in a negative way. So you got to find that balance. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Let me know if that's something y'all have had to deal with and what y'all have found that helps y'all out. So if you haven't figured it out yet by the pictures that I've been sharing with you guys during this talk here, I am moving to Sweden. So I'll be taking you all with me to Sweden. I'm super excited about starting this new chapter I'm about to embark on. And I will keep y'all posted of how things go. So y'all be good to yourselves and be good to others.